Well, Hugh Screwer, back doing the ASM training classes here at the School of Underhand Conniving Knacks and Backstabbery, which is usually, when referred to, is abbreviated to the acronym of SUCK. Now, I'll apologise in advance. This is my first training class this year at SUCK, so I am a bit rusty, so I have written out some notes to keep me from getting off the subject, kind of thing, as you would have noticed that who watched the class, I tend to do, and then I have to come back. So I've written out a few notes, so I apologise for that. I'll need to glance down the notes from every now and again. We've had disruptions, a lot of them due to Mr. Richard Pike, who wields a Svengali type influence over some of the directors and CEO here at SUCK, and makes problems basically for me. So we'll get back to that, but also with my elite training academy, where I do the elite ADSM training, known of course as Top Screw, we've had, during the recent storms, we've had some storm damage and flooding damage as well. So I've needed to basically get that fixed up and be ready now to take in some trainees at that facility. I've also had, surprisingly, needed to secure the facility and make it secure, because I've actually had Michael Rowland, who's former senior news presenter of the ABC, and he's still following up that story where he wants to actually gain access into the Elite Training Academy of Top Screw and do a report, because I don't allow reporters. I only allow basically myself, my fellow trainer, of course, at Top Screw is my colleague Ms. Serendipity Ubiquity, and plus the trainees and essential maintenance staff. That's all I allow into the facility at Top Screw. It is kind of secretive, and intend to keep it that way. So look, we're not going to do a whole lot of training here today. What I'll do is I'll basically introduce the new trainees. There's four gentlemen this time, which is kind of on the small side. We usually do between 6 and 8 trainees in our intakes, but I have met these 4 gentlemen on our Zoom calls. But it's good to see you basically in person in here. And today I'll probably give say 2 of you. I'll sort of decide on a nickname for you. Usually something that reflects on what I see in your appearance and personality. And I've explained before why I do this. This is to protect the privacy of the students, because these videos go out online, as you know. And so it protects their privacy, prevents them from being trolled by people. I also, of course, as you will know, viewers who have watched my training classes, I also, in my editing of the videos before I put them online, is I actually edit out their voices. When they ask me questions, I parrot back the questions in my voice, and I actually delete their voice. And the reason I do that, again, is protection of privacy, because if you've got a very distinguishable voice, then people listening could go, oh yeah, that's that person. Well, just for example, say if we had the late Richard Burton, the actor, in here, he's got a very distinguished voice, Ogilvy the astronomer. Well, I mean, I can't do it. I couldn't do justice to Richard Burton's voice, but people are just like, well, that's definitely Richard Burton, so they know Richard Burton's here doing the training class. And as I say, that's my pledge to all my trainees who come here, is that I do protect their privacy. Just on that, and getting back to Richard Pike, Mr. Richard Pike. Now, this was orchestrated by Mr. Richard Pike last year, and you would have noticed that I had a student trainee attend the class who's a well-known personality, celebrity worldwide, and and he attended the last training course. That was orchestrated by Mr. Richard pipe, and he didn't want his privacy protected at all. He wanted people to know his name. He wanted the camera to be put on him, which I did for just that one class. We had negotiations between myself and Richard Pipe and this other celebrity's publicist and himself, I believe, as well, and that's what we agreed to. Now, I have the strong belief that this celebrity, well, we all know who it was. You saw who it was. It was Russell Brand, of course, you know, and I believe that his main reason for coming here, of course, was basically to boost his following on the other platforms that he's on. You know, he's on Facebook, he's on a couple of others, and you know, he's just grifting. Of course, it's just all about getting the dollars, you know, number of followers. So that's what he just wanted to use my training classes to basically boost his following on other platforms, to boost his grifting. So look, I've refused. That's it. That's finished. That's finito. He won't be attending any training classes here at SUC. I've had threats of libel suits. I've had threats of Bear Grylls being sent here to menace me, etc. Well, that's just where it is at the moment. But I give you the guarantee, Russell Brand will not be back at the training classes at SUC. I can guarantee you that. So I think that I just have to look at what we're going to do. Yeah, the nicknames, of course, very, very important. As I said, I try and pick out. Now, you down the front here, even when I saw you on the Zoom call, I thought of this name, but now I've seen you in person, mate. You're going to be play that funky music, white boy. You know, that's going to be your nickname. Is play that funky music, white boy. You know, the Wild Cherry hit 1976, went to #1 on the American Billboard, on the hot Billboard. That's going to be, no, you're a dead ringer for Rob Parisi, you know, who was the lead singer of the group. Your hair, your clothes, even, you know, you're a Rob Parisi lookalike, mate, you know. But that's it. You're going to be play that funky music, white boy. That's you. Yeah. Look. Yeah, watch it on your phone when after the class or something. Yeah, that was a massive hit. That's a great song. Play funky music. That's mate. First of all, it's the hair, your facial features. It's Rob Parisi when he was, you know, young back in 1976. That's who you are. So that's you settled. Now, I'll just do one more today. Up the back, you got a really great head of hair there too, mate. It's fucking. Sorry, excuse me. It's very thick and full, and you've got the great big handlebar moustache to go with it. So I'm thinking I'm thinking El Pacino, 1973 film Serpico, where he's the undercover cop who was the only one who wasn't bent, and he was trying to rail in all the bent cops around him, kind of thing. This Serpico, 1973, that film was. What's that? You weren't born. You weren't born in 1973, and you don't know anything about. You don't even know who El Pacino was. Okay. Well, look, I'm not going to give you something that a nickname that you can't identify with. I wouldn't do that to you. But I'm just thinking, you said you were born. You were born after 1973. And just ask you. I'm thinking of bands or something. Do you have a guitar at home? You do? Right. Now, how many years is that guitar? Have you had that guitar? 15 years, eh? 15 years. Well, I think we might agree that 15 years could be classified as an old guitar. Yeah. Yeah, it's an old guitar. And just asking you, do you have a suitcase at home? You do. Good. You don't use it very much yet. That doesn't matter. So you've got a suitcase and you've got an old guitar. I'm thinking you are going to be known as Born to Be Alive. You know, Patrick Hernandez, the song. Suitcase and old guitar. You know, born to be alive, born, that sort of thing. So you're happy with that? You're happy with play funky music, right? But you got to be happy with it, mate, because it's you. So that's it. Play funky music down the front here, and we got up the back. We got born to be alive. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, if you guys are happy, I'm happy. So I think we've done that. I think. Yeah. This is what. Okay, I note this down now. I know I've said that Russell Brand, that he's not welcome back into training classes here at Suck, but I will make this offer to you, Brand. Look, I noted how Bear Grylls had baptised you in the River Thames. I think there was another guy there, I think mate Steve, something like that. But anyway, they basically dunked you in the water. Now, I think Bear Grylls meant well by offering you to baptise you and that. But I don't believe that that he's actually qualified in hydrological baptism. Number two, I don't believe that he actually held you underwater long enough for that to be a bona fide baptism. So where I'm going with this is that I don't think you're actually being baptised, Mr. Brand. Now, I'm fully qualified now. Okay, I'll go back to introducing myself. Hugh Screwer, world's most renowned trainer of ADSIMs. In addition, I am a Shakespearean trained actor, but I also now am a fully qualified hydrological baptism officer. So I make this offer. I can baptise you for nil fee if you basically make your way to here. I can. I'll be able to give you a bona fide and fully qualified baptism. So I just have to. Yeah, I'll be able to baptise you in the river, in the sea, or in a bucket of your own wee. And just to let you know that I was fully trained and I graduated from the Wet and Wild Baptiste College. And one of the principles of the training there at the Wet and Wild Baptiste College is that basically that everybody's trained that it's basically on the basis that it's better to hold somebody under the water for a longer period than it is for a shorter period. In other words, err on the side of holding somebody down underwater for the baptism longer. And as I say, I don't believe that Bear Grylls and Steve, that they actually held you down long enough. And without being qualified in hydrological baptism, it can't be a bona fide baptism. So anyway, the offer stands, Mr. Brand. I suppose you'd probably rather do another trip down to Mar-a-Lago to bloody kiss the ring of the orange turd down there. Oh yeah, you could hang out and have a tape-to-tape with the Tate brothers. Oh, tremendous fellows. Where's the chins though? Where's the chins? Anyway, the other thing is you hang out with the orange turd, you know, and get some makeup tips on how to get that orange makeup all over its face. You could probably, if make a little suggestion, kind of blend it in a bit, you know, blend it in. It's sort of, you know, don't just leave it there and then it goes from orange to white. Blend it in. So, you can have, get bloody old JD Vance, you know, Vancey boy, the Nancy boy, you know, go there, bloody, get some tips on, doing the eyeliner, eyeliner and maybe a bit of mascara, you know, work up to that smoky eye, you know, so, and just, I don't know, get a big wedgie from the orange turd and off you go. So, but if you'd rather pass on that and get a bona fide baptism by Hugh Screwer, fully qualified now, having been trained at the Wet and Wild Baptist School of Baptism. So that's just where we'll leave it there.